to try to tell her like, hey, don't twerk on the live stream. There's like 300 people here. In front of 300 people, I don't comment on your photos because I think you ugly. Hey guys, welcome to my channel, and I'll be talking to you about managing particular friendships and managing particular people as your friend. I definitely don't know everything. Definitely not. I know quite a few things. I've experienced quite a few things. I'd like to say my life has been, unfortunately, very eventful when it comes to friendship. However, I believe that most of these experiences do help to form your character as a person and kind of give you life lessons. So when it comes to friendships, I think it's very known that you're going to run into a lot of people who are dickheads. Okay, let's be so honest. There's going to be a lot of people who are dickheads, who are evil deep inside. They're rude, they're not kind, they don't have any kind of compassion. And there's nothing you can really do about it. Always make sure you know your boundaries as well as you respect and know their boundaries. Second is, it's okay to be alone. There are going to be times where you might not have any friends, but I would use that moment and that time to kind of better myself and focus on myself a little bit. A bad habit I noticed I would have is I would get so involved in my friendships, whether that's emotionally and mentally, and everything I do would be about my friends and my friendships, that I would almost neglect myself. Despite not having friends, sometimes that can be a good thing to just kind of know yourself. You can learn your boundaries, what you would prefer in a friend and what kind of people you'd like to engage with. Focus on yourself mentally, physically, and emotionally, and making sure you're bettering yourself in that time where you feel like you don't have people. If I wasn't going out with friends, I was playing on my guitar, I was practicing singing, I was gaming, I was randomly drawing pieces of art because I just felt artistic in the moment. Took my brain away from consistently thinking about the fact that like, oh, I don't have friends, but it allowed me to just enjoy me time. Again, you are always going to have that, you know, little bug in your ear that makes you feel like I'm really lonely and I wish I could be with people right now. The energy you put out there is the energy you're going to receive. If you're consistently in that energy of I'm going to be lonely forever and I'm never going to have friends and I'm never going to meet people, you're never going to. And it's like you're consistently speaking it into existence. I have social anxiety. I can't just be out there. I'm not really good with just being out there and being friendly to people. However, I won't reject other people's attempts to be friendly with me. I attempt to put myself in spaces where I could possibly engage with people. Such as like if you're interested in reading and you feel like you don't really have friends and you feel like you're alone all the time, finding communities, whether that can be on Discord, TikTok, or anywhere else, where you have people, especially Twitter, where you have people who engage in those kind of things and enjoy the same books as you, the same novels and, you know, genres as you will find yourself talking to a lot more people. I got on Twitter, I made a random account, I started posting like and retweeting some things. I started having people engage and comment on my tweets, and then I started following people, they started following me back. Now I have a group chat with a couple of girls who I'm really close to, and we talk almost every single day. Even though they might not live near me, I have met up with one of them before. No, two of them. I've actually met up with two of them. However, I've managed to now, you know, in a way, engage with people, and I engaged with her. I've created that kind of little circle where even if I feel like I'm alone in my day-to-day life, I don't really have people I can hang out with and go out with, I don't feel too lonely because I know I have people I could talk to. Don't feel bad for starting small when it comes to putting yourself out there and making friends. Okay, it's gonna take a while to develop with people and develop yourselves. Don't feel bad about that. That's okay, that's normal. It's something I'm currently going through, and I try not to feel bad about the fact that like, hey, it's despite the fact that I'm not out every day and going here and there with all these friends, at least I have a couple of people that I could talk to. Always be cautious when it comes to online, because not everybody is who they say they are. And even then, online, sometimes you meet people who seem really nice, who seem really cool, Then 2 seconds later, their personality just switches up, which actually leads me to the story I wanted to tell you guys. It was one of the first of the many eventful things that unfortunately happened in my life. And in this case, it was just a really weird scenario, and it was things that I never really expected to experience. So we were on this app called Yubo. Yubo, if you know it, is an app where you can go live, you can meet a lot of people. That was like another app I used to use to try and meet and talk to people, because I used to feel like I don't really have friends. I don't really have people I talk to and hang out with and stuff like that. This one girl, she's one of the people I became friends with and I became really close with. She, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, befriended my ex. Okay, she befriended him. And I remember we were kind of like, that's weird, because you know that's my ex. You know that we don't get along with him. The rest of us don't like him. Why would you go and befriend this guy? It was really weird. It was really weird. It was really uncomfortable. I didn't really say anything to her, because during then as well, I also had troubles with confronting people. I was not good at confronting people. Like I said, make sure your friends know your boundaries and make sure they respect your boundaries, because they're not good friends if they don't. Then comes the second guy I end up dating. Yeah, none of them are really considered real relationships, because I was a child at the time, but I would say I would value this guy as a friend. Me and him used to call like every day. We called every day, so to like, and it was like a FaceTime call on WhatsApp. And so I basically knew what his room looked like, right? And there was a day where she posted a screenshot of her on a video call with someone, and it's just the boy's background. And now I'm kind of looking at her Snapchat like, I don't know that background. Okay, she's FaceTiming, but then the caption it wasn't the fact that she's like been on a FaceTime call with him. I didn't care about that. It was the fact that she posted it like as if she's talking to her own boyfriend or guy that she's talking to. And then the caption as well, I can't remember what it was, but it was something kind of sus. And I was a bit like, that's really weird. That's really weird. And so I thought that maybe it was him flirting with her. So I did kind of comfort him a bit. And I was like, what the fuck was that about? She starts lying. She starts twisting her story. She says it wasn't him. It's some random guy that she just knows. And then she started talking to. I'm like, okay. Then I ask him about it. And then he tells me it is him. Yeah, like, she called me. It is me. I don't know why she's saying it's not me, but it is me. But he kind of just left it because he was like, okay, that's not my business. But he came and he told me himself. Because I was just asking him, like, oh, was it another guy or was it you? He was like, it was me. But I don't know why she's saying otherwise. The fact that she couldn't just straight up be like, yeah, it was him. She had to lie. No, obviously shows that she knew what she was doing was shady, but she proceeded to do it anyways. Too, and that's another one where you see people crossing your boundaries. Like, how can you know that you're doing something shady and doing me dirty and low-key being disrespectful towards me, and then proceed to do it? And in all honesty, if she had a thing for him and she felt like she kind of liked him or something, she should have just been honest with me as a friend. I would have less to be upset and mad about, because at least she was honest with me about it. And, you know, like, it's something that we could have discussed as friends. But then it kind of died down and it didn't get serious, because another guy came along, like a whole another guy came along, and she seemed very interested in that guy. So we all let it go. Now on this app, Yubo, live streams we used to do sometimes used to get 100 to 200, 300 views, because we were doing games, right? We were doing a lot of games. After like one of the rounds or something, there was some other guy who was on the live stream and we're talking with him, we're having a chill conversation. There's still quite 200, 300 people. Then she starts twerking on the live stream. She's a minor, she's underage, there's probably creeps. Like, why is she twerking? Like, this is not okay. And at first we were like, oh my god, woo woo woo, you can shake your ass. But then we realized, okay, this is bad because we're deeping. This is not a private call. This has got like 300 people on it. So I tried to text her. Like, I didn't want to embarrass her in front of people. So I was like texting her and being like, hey, like, stop. Like, you know, there's like so many people on this live stream. You're wearing literally like booty shorts. So we tried to stop her because it was like, she's a pretty girl and there's going to be a lot of guys who would try to hit her up and try to talk to her and try to, you know, I guess try, I don't know, do something with her. And we were thinking, like, we're trying to help her out right now and stop, like, creeps. Keep in mind, I was texting her so I don't embarrass her, so I didn't say it aloud. And she literally looks at her phone, she goes, stop texting me. It's annoying. And I'm just there like, okay, I'll stop. And then my friend asked me, she's like, is that about you? And I was like, yeah, that was about me. because I kept texting her to try to tell her, like, hey, don't twerk on the live stream. There's like 300 people here. Like, I get it, we were gassing it at first, but like, there's 300 people here. You don't know who's gonna be screen recording and having videos of a minor twerking in booty shorts on their phone. But after she stops twerking, we're sitting down, we're having a conversation with this guy, and this guy proceeds to say, I don't understand why girls hype up other girls who are ugly in their comments knowing that the girl's ugly. And me and one of my friends were kind of baffled by that question, because we were like, I mean, what's wrong with hyping up your bestie? What's wrong with hyping up your girlie and letting your girlie know that you think she's beautiful? I personally don't see any wrong in that. Like, I don't see what could be so wrong about wanting to hype up your friend. So I said something similar to that, I'm pretty sure. And then she goes, yeah, I don't understand why girls do that. That's why I don't comment on Lycan's photos. Now this is strike 3. This is where strike 3 was hit. She just said in front of 300 people, I don't comment on your photos because I think you ugly. And that's somebody that's supposed to be considered one of my best friends. I may have been ugly. I was 14, 15 at the time. I barely knew how to do makeup. If you wanted to tell me, hey girlie, I think that some of your looks are not looking okay, as my friend, you're supposed to text me privately about that, not embarrass me in front of 300 people. As somebody who was already dealing with social anxiety, being insecure, suffering through depression because I hated my day-to-day high school life and I hated people in real life, and being online was like my only escape. She tries to like giggle it off and laugh it off like it's a joke or something. Like, she never says it's a joke. She just tries to laugh it off. She's like, ha 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 ha, and then like tries to change the topic. And then me and my friend were like, yeah, we're gonna go, and we leave. And then this is when we text the group chat. We tell the group chat what's happening. So I call my best friend at the time, and I tell her exactly what just happened. For now, like, obviously now if that happened, I feel like I wouldn't really care because it's like 300 people that I don't know. 300 people that I don't know, 300 people who I wouldn't give a shit about. But during a time where I'm really sensitive about my looks, my feelings, I'm already struggling with friends in real life, and a place where I want to appear good and you basically embarrass me like that, I was really hurt. I did call my friend. I didn't cry, but I told her exactly what happened, and I was pissed. I was pissed off, like, right? And she was pissed off. And she was like, what the hell? We told the other girls. And the next thing you know, we call her we make a private live stream, because I think we could make private live streams then. It was either a private live stream or a private call. We call her on, and we come for her, right? And it's like 10 people all coming for this one girl, which, even though what she did was wrong, it was still wrong of us to have, like, you know, a group of us ganging up on this one girl. I feel like she didn't really come for anybody else. She came for the one person who was consistently nice to her and consistently on her side. I was there as like an emotional support and like trying to be like a good friend to her. And she didn't really, I've never seen her really go for anybody else, but it was like she consistently came for me. First was my ex and the guy I was talking to, and then now this, and it was like, why are you consistently coming for me? I really hope she's a better person now. Like, that's one thing I definitely hope. I really hope that she can look back and realize that what she was doing was not okay, was messed up, but then also still manage to, you know, like, better herself and improve herself as a person. Because everybody deserves a chance. Like, again, we were kids at the time. We were young, we were dumb, we were stupid. Like, the first time, like, the first strike I let go, because I was like, you know what, you can choose who you want to be friends with, and if you want to remain friends with somebody who, like, genuinely hurt me and my feelings and stuff, even though you're supposed to be my friend, that's your business. However, I still had love for you. And then I didn't care about the fact that you were texting a guy that you know that I have a thing for and I'm having a thing with. I didn't care about that. I cared about the fact that you tried to lie to me about it instead of just telling me the truth and coming out and saying that you like him too. Like, why did you have to lie to me about that? Like, why couldn't you just tell me? We could have just talked and sorted shit out, because what would I have to get mad at if you're actually coming to me and talking to me about? Like, I have nothing to be mad at because you told me like an honest person. But in this case, you were lying to me about it. And again, I let that go. I let that shit slide. And then now it's like, you want to embarrass me in front of 300 people that we don't know? Like, for what? Like, you want brownie points or something? Like, what was this about? That was the first time. I don't think I've ever encountered anybody like that before. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I've encountered people who are crazy and, you know, like, some shit has happened with them, but I've never encountered another girl who's done something like that or acted like that. After meeting a girl like her, you can kind of tell that, like, you know, you're gonna run into people like that. You're gonna run into people who push you over, who say bad stuff about you, who treat you really badly, who are very disrespectful towards you, and you have to understand to, one, have a backbone, and two, make sure you find people who respect your boundaries. Because from that situation, I learned, okay, if somebody says something that I'm not happy with and makes me really uncomfortable, or like I'm doubting something, I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. And I think once you say it, how that person reacts tells you so much about that person's personality. Because if you tell somebody, hey, I felt this kind of way about something, and they act like you're a horrible person for feeling that way, and they come at you instead of trying to understand you and instead of trying to communicate with you, that person is not going to be a good friend in the future. And obviously when you're young, I feel like when you get angry or when you have these type of like rush of emotions, it's really like heightened when you're at a young age. So it's like I would get like really angry and like really upset, and then I think we just ended the call and then blocked her and whatever. I wouldn't say I made any better decisions myself, especially in terms of my reactions to things, which is why I feel like I've learned so much now when it comes to dealing with particular people. Now I can really manage when it comes to speaking and interacting with certain people, because I've in a way gotten used to it. Like I've experienced so many different types of people that I've now managed to kind of hone my skills of reacting. Don't get me wrong, there's probably still a lot more that I need to work on, but it's just a matter of I can now manage myself a bit better. I can manage myself a bit better, and I can calm my emotions down a lot better in comparison to before. You have to understand that not everybody's going to be your friend. That's main number lesson before number 5. Not everybody's going to be your friend. Not everybody is going to be someone you're close to. Some people are just going to remain colleagues, associates. You're not alone. You're not alone because, one, I am here. If you ever feel like you want to just talk about something you did that day, or you feel like you want to talk about a hobby that you just got into, feel free to comment it. I'll look at all the comments, I'll read all the comments, I'll try and engage with the comments as much as possible. And in all honesty, recommend hobbies to me too. Get out there, try different things. Even Tumblr and Pinterest, like, there's so many apps where you can really interact with people because you're just posting about the same things that you like. So get out there, have fun, and meet me next week. Or tomorrow. And I'll see you guys. Love you all. Take care of yourselves.